Hello, dear students of class 7. I am sure that you are all fine. I am also fine. Now I am going to take class to you all, and the subject is history. The name of the chapter is Tracing Changes Through 1,000 Years. Dear student, now I am going to discuss the chapter. So, you know maps. So, why do we use maps? Maps are the sources through which we can trace out the historical changes and context. So, do you understand why do we use map? Next, cartographers. So, cartographers are the skilled artists who record these chronological effects in map. The mode of presentations and the context vary through the time. The maps of 1154 CE are not the same as the map of 1720. Example, one can see the map given in NCERT textbook on page 1 and 2. Both the maps show the same location but with a lot of variation. Even the names of the place are spelled differently. So in ancient time, the cartographers draw maps. But that times and the present times, the maps are totally different. Okay, student? So, historical records are available in different languages. Differences are also traced in the use of grammar and vocabulary. Change in meaning also occurred over time. Example, the term Hindustan is now India. Clear? Next, who was first used the term Hindustan? You know, the term Hindustan was first used by Minhaj-e-Siraj, who was an Persian chronicler in 13th century. Next, the point is Minhaj-e-Siraj Hindustan constitute the area of Punjab, Haryana, and the lands between the Ganga and Yamuna. The term was used in a political sense for lands forming the parts of the dominions of the Delhi Sultan. The South India was not included in the map. Next, who used the term Hindustan? You know Babur, who came from Afghanistan. He fought Panipat. The Babur in the early 16th century used the term Hindustan in order to describe the geography, the fauna and the culture of the inhabitants of the subcontinents. Amir Khusrau used the term Hind in a similar sense in the 14th century. Next, the word foreigner. why on that time the foreigner words is used. We trace out many changes in the use of words with the change of time. For example, the word foreigner is used in the sense of one who is not an Indian, whereas it was in the medieval period. It is used in the sense of one who was a part of the same village but not a part of a particular society or culture. So the words for foreigner in Hindi and Persian are Pardesi and Ajnabi respectively. Clear? The word foreigner. So next, historians use different sources to study the part depending upon the period of their investigations, such as coin, inscriptions, architecture, and textual records are still the basis sources. Now, during the period of 700 to 750, it is a very important period. During the period of 700 to 750, we trace out a dramatic increase in the variety of textual records. Its basis reasons was that paper gradually became cheaper and more widely available. It was extensively used in writing the holy text, chronicles of rulers, letters, and techniques of saints, petitions, and periodical records, and for registers of accounts and taxes. So clear, dear students? Next, you know Rajput. Dear students, you know Rajput. So Rajput, that is Rajputas, one of the prominent communities were the group of warriors between the 8th and 14th centuries. They were the Kshatriyas by caste status. They include the rulers, chieftains, soldiers, and commanders serving in the armies of the different monarchs all over the subcontinent. Extreme valor and a great sense of loyalty were the prominent qualities of the communities. Clear? The Rajputs were the great warrior on that time. So you know Quran. The teaching of Holy Quran was brought to India in the 7th century by the migrants. So those who came from the Arab country, that time they brought the teachings of Quran. Clear? So Quran is the most prominent holy book of the Muslims, which delineates the idea of one God, that is Allah, and His love, bounty, and mercy for those who believes in Him. Clear? Dear students, So very important point, jatis. So jatis had their own system of ruling. They framed rules and regulations in order to manage their own people. An assembly of elders called Jati Panchayat was responsible for enforcing the regulations. Clear? So Jatis, it's very important. Here on point, Brahmanas and the Parist. So the changes were seen in the people's belief. Hinduism saw a great many changes, which include the worship of new deities, the construction of temples by loyalty, and growing dominance of Brahmanas and the Parist. So here you clear the Brahmanas and the Parist. Next, the idea of bhakti. The most significant development of the period was the rise of the idea of bhakti, which also paved the rise of many new religions in the subcontinent. So you understand. Next, what is archives? You know archives? Archives means a collection of historical documents or records of government, a family, a place, or an organization, the place where these records are stored. Then manuscripts. The definition of manuscript: the original script written by the author in his or her own writing, that is known as manuscript. Clear? Next, habitat. You know what is habitat? The living condition of different types of species, that is known as habitat. Next, patron. What is patron? A person with influence and affluence who provides support with money and mental boost up to an artist, a craftsman, a landman, or a noble, or some other persons of such categories. Next, religion. What is religion? The particular area designated or occupied by a certain group or empire, that is religions. So actually I discussed the chapter. Next point is periodization. So what is periodizations? So divisions of time into different segments for the purpose of study from the history point of view. It was done on the basis of dominant factors of time. In the middle of the 19th century, British historians divided the history of India into three periods. You know what were the three periods? Very important: Hindu, Muslim, and British. So first time India was Hindu, then Muslim came, then the British. Clear? So who were considered a foreigner in the past? Very important questions. You know the answer? The answer is, the term foreigner is used in the sense of a person who is not an Indian. In the medieval period, it was applied to any stranger who appeared, say, in a given village, someone who was not a part of the society or culture. In the sense, a forest dweller was a foreigner in the city, forest city dweller. But two peasants living in the same village were not foreigners to each other, even though they may have had different religious or caste backgrounds. Clear? So next question is, list some of the technological changes associated with the periods. So some notable technological changes associated with this period were: number one, the use of Persian wheel in irrigation. Number two, the use of spinning wheel in weaving. Number three, the use of firearms in combat. So now I give you some important questions to you. I am sure you will do it at home. First question, very short questions. Number one, who was Al Idris, who was a cartographer? Number three questions, who used the term Hindustan for the first time and when? Next question, what do you mean by archives? Next, what changes took place during 700 and 750? Very important questions. Now, I am given to you two broad questions. Number one question, what difference do you trace out in the religion of Hindustan of 13th century and the modern India? Very important questions. Next question, what was the changes in the religions of the time? Question mark. Trace out major developments. Clear, dear students? Now today I am ending here my class. You will do it and solve all the questions. Any problem, please contact with me. Thank you all.